Iceland is thinking of dropping its bid for membership of the EU. The country's foreign ministry will consider dissolving the special committee which is working on the negotiations. Iceland suspended talks ahead of parliamentary elections in January, and the Eurosceptic coalition, which took power, has never restarted them. And for more, let's now talk to Marcel Wolfels, economics professor at the University of Iceland. Professor, welcome to RT. Good to have you with us. So we know you used to be a supporter of Iceland's EU membership yourself. Have you changed your mind since then?
Yeah, in my early years, I was a proponent of Iceland integrating further into the European economy, which Iceland did in 1994 when we signed a bilateral agreement with the EU and its member nations on free trade of goods, services, finance and movement of people. And at the current point in time, and as the outlook in Europe is still quite dire, it is, in my personal opinion, perhaps a little bit too soon to take a further step into joining the EU.
Right, but on the other hand, Iceland's turning away from the idea of joining the EU, but there's still been no final rejection. Why is that?
At the heart of the issue is that Iceland is a resource-wealthy island in the middle of the North Atlantic, whereas the European Union is a Central European project to integrate these Central European economies into a single economic area through institutions like the common currency and the common market. Now, the issue at heart is whether fitting Iceland in these negotiations is like putting a square peg through a round hole, and that is the source of the what you call it, going backwards in the negotiations, and it's important to note that they have not quit the negotiations; they've just postponed them.
Right, and what was Iceland hoping to achieve, actually, when it applied for EU membership back in 2009?
Well, even though the membership application had a parliament majority, it did not have a majority with the population or with the local business interest. So it was. Many people view it as a knee-jerk reaction to the financial the financial crisis that Iceland experienced, and was pushed forward by especially the Social Democrats and the left wing, that the solution to rebuild Iceland institutions was by applying to the EU. Now, as it has turned out, they lost in the last elections in spring, and now those who are in power, they do not share this vision of that the EU is at the heart of rebuilding Icelandic institutions.
And the dispute actually over fishing quotas in particular has been the major stumbling block between Iceland and the EU. If that's overcome, will Iceland become interested again in joining the bloc?
I think it's unlikely, because what we've seen in the treatment of Cyprus, the treatment of Greece, there is very deep skepticism in Iceland that a small island resource economy in the middle of the North Atlantic will have anything to say in a Central European alliance like the European Union is.
All right. Marcel Wolfels, economics professor at the University of Iceland. Mr. Wolfels, thank you very much indeed for being here with us at RT. Thank you.